we have my two pieces that were cut. Now I had previously measured from there to there before cutting the chassis. I don't remember what the measurement was. And then I measured the wheelbase of the truck and added what was missing, and then cut these. You got to cut it properly for one thing. You want to try and keep these edges here as straight as possible, so that when you do set it down, you can push everything down and it'll be nice and straight. I'm going to drill some holes here. Same thing in front, probably 4 screws per section per side. It should be enough to hold it nice, keep it nice and sturdy. Once I've made the holes in these pieces, then I'll be able to mark the plastic pieces for drilling. When doing this kind of work, one of the best tools you can have is a caliper. I love this tool. They're not expensive. You get a standard dial one like this for like 10 bucks. You can go digital if you want. I've seen them for 15, 20 bucks. You don't need anything super precise. You just want something that you can use. And a good hard alloy, because I use it to scribe my pieces so that I get a good measurement, if you will. So okay, so this is 1/8 thick aluminum, so obviously we need to go 1/8 farther in from here, and maybe about another 1/8 in from there, so a 1/4 inch. On your caliper that will be 2.5 or 0.250. So you take your caliper, put it at 0.250 or whatever other measurement you're looking at, and basically have a look and see where it sits approximately. Okay, so we see that it sits a decent distance above the particular curve here. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this, hold it nice and tight, and scribe a line. Hopefully you can see that. Can you see that? No, you can't really see it like this. Maybe I'll take a picture of it to show you in better detail. So you do that for the front, and do that for the back. Over here, make a nice mark. You see a little piece of aluminum that came off, so there's a nice scribe there. Okay, so do the same thing for the other piece. Alright, now we have one line, one level, so it's a 1/4 inch from here. Now we need to do another level higher, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and measure approximately how high it is from there to there. Probably be easier if I do it this way. So from there to there is 0.250. 0.650 inches. So if I was to go down, it looks about right. Give me enough room to put a screw in. Oh, here, so we'll make it even. We'll make it an even 0.5. So half an inch. Now, go back to your pieces again. Scribe another half inch. Okay, so now we have our lines. All we got to do is determine where along those lines the screws are going to be. Place your caliper back to 0.250, or quarter inch. You can do this with a ruler. Might not be as precise, but you can still do a pretty good job. That's the way I used to do it before. Now, you can't really, oh maybe you can. You can't really see it properly there, but I got the lines that intersect now. So now I have a corner or a cross that I can sit my punch into. I need this measurement minus a quarter. So this is 1.92. So 1.92 we'll pretty much say is almost 1/15/16 minus a quarter inch is 1/11/16. So if I take this, run it here, it'll give me it's pretty much the same on both sides. Same thing on the other piece. Alright, so I have all their scribing marks. Now I need to punch it. Now I seem to have misplaced my punches. If you have taps, taps make a very good punch. They're really nice and pointy, and they're very sturdy. So you can go about doing it with a tap. If I take my pointed punch or tap like this, see, you can hear it fall into the groove. So if I follow one groove, see, it falls into the other groove. So I automatically have my point. So a little tap for that. And once you've done punch your cross sections, you take a small drill bit. You always start with a small drill bit, because the smaller drill bit will really center itself in this punch hole. Okay, so we're ready to drill. Using a 1/16 drill bit, I put a piece of wood in so I don't drill into my vise. I have an XY vise, which allows me to move it back and forth. I don't have to take it out all the time to reposition my drill bit. Or I don't have to take it out all the time to reposition my piece. So I'm pretty much in the hole. So I decided to go with metric 3mm screws. That requires 2.5mm or 3/32 drill bit. So I've already made the holes. I've added some holes because I figure I'm going to put 6 screws per section. I really want this thing to be solid, so added the extra screws. Now when you drill holes, it always leaves some rip in the holes. You see it here. I take a slightly larger drill bit and simply ream it out. Does a nice clean job. I mean, it's not necessarily the tool for the job, but it does it well, especially when it comes to close to the edges like this, where actual deburring tools won't get into. And one of the best things I ever bought for making my stuff is a tap and die set. You got one of these kits, you're going to be able to make things you never thought you could make. Even making your own threaded rods, for that matter, which I have done. I made them for my clod buster, which I don't have anymore because I pretty much sold it. I'm looking for the 3mm. This is a 4mm. I think it might be somewhere else because I use it fairly often. Even comes with a chart to what sizes you need to drill and so on and so forth. I really love this set, and depending on what you buy, this set here is guaranteed for life. No matter what happens, I get replacement parts, which is pretty darn cool. Also, if you're in Canada, I don't know what the stores would be in the United States, but in Canada, at Canadian Tire, every so often they have really good specials. This kit was originally about 80, 90, no wait, it was around $100, and I got it at 70% off, so I got it about $30. You can't beat that. Guaranteed for life for like $30 plus taxes. Awesome buy. So get yourself one of these. Another thing you should get, if you have the room of course, is a drill press. A drill press allows you to drill holes nice and straight with the proper vise. I have an XY vise. This vise Basically, let's show it to you. Okay, so this vise allows me to move things around. So I can move it all the way around. I don't have to reposition my vise or my table or anything like that. I just move it. And this is a small drill press, which I also got on special at Canadian Tire. So, very cool. I've got all the holes drilled out. They're nice and straight. Now we need to get the markings onto here so that we can drill this out and then tap these so that we can go through here into this and screw it all together. So basically, place it like I said before. Lean it up against there. Make sure it's flush against the desk. Make sure the piece is flat. And you don't need to drill it, just make a mark. Don't do them all, just do 2 of them. So I have 2 marks, which I'm going to drill out. Then I'm going to tap those 2 on here, and I'm going to screw it into place, and then I'll drill out the other pieces. You don't want to go too fast because if you go too fast, the tap can bind and snap. And if the tap snaps inside of your piece, there's a good chance your piece is scrap and you gotta start all over again. Now we have to drill these holes 1 size bigger in order for the screws to fit in. And we have a perfect fit. It's nice and flush here. That's going to be pretty strong actually with the 6 screws. Now the one thing I was concerned about before was the transmission mount. Is it still going to fit? And it clears the screw quite nicely actually. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and then we'll see you next time.